Conscious Straight Talk with Katie and Lindsey.
Hi, my name is Katie Hutchinson, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I'm also a certified mediator, and we're so happy that you guys are here today, and we're happy that we're here today.
We are, because we have a great show today. So I'm Lindsey Kearns, the mama behind MalibuMamaLoves.com, and I'm also a certified conscious trauma-informed life coach.
Yes,
so we
you
want
are.
to have a great conversation today about keeping your relationship fresh.
And alive.
And
alive
alive.
is a nice gesture.
Yeah. I mean, because it does take effort. We've been talking a lot over these past weeks about cheating and situationships and all kinds of relationships. And today we wanted to come at it from a different angle, a positive angle, and say, hey, these are some tips that we can all be doing to get our relationships stronger and keep them.
Yeah, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. We could spend months on this. But these are just some things.
We'll give a few tips.
Yeah.
Do you want to get us started? Okay.
So, men and women alike, I've said this before, men and women alike, don't give solutions unless your partner asks you for a solution. Right. So when they're talking about a problem, listen. Gesticulate
sometimes
in
the
a nice
person
way.
Just needs to be held
and heard. Okay, put down your darn phone, people. Okay, stop. Put the phone down. I don't know about you, but I'll go to a restaurant.
I always notice
two
this.
people. The whole
Everywhere.
restaurant. It's 2 people or 4 people, and they're all on their phones like this. They're not communicating, and they're at the same, table.
One time, I'd had a glass of wine, or maybe 2.
Okay.
And I do. This is one thing that does bother me because I go out to these beautiful restaurants.
I know, and everybody's
with these
on their
gorgeous
phone.
meals, and then you have people sitting there.
Yeah.
One time I walked up to a table. There were 4 people sitting there, and I swear to the Lord,
Clearly she had some
over
wine.
2 hours, there was not one word spoken at that table. So I'm leaving, and I walked by, and I was like, I'm just curious. Are you all talking to each other on your phones instead of in person?
Are you texting
And they
each other
literally looked up at me completely blankly. They were all on their own different social medias. And they didn't even get mad. They were like, oh, no, why would we do that?
2022. That's 2022.
So anyway, you always want to greet your partner when they come home or when they're leaving. And this is something that's big for me. And I even do this with my kids.
And don't, me too. Oh, the kids, number one. Okay.
But it's important to do with your partner. Get away from that.
Let
me grab my coffee. I'll see you later.
Yeah. And don't expect them to do it for you. You initiate. If they don't do that, you initiate. Because
this is a situation.
Makes them feel loved.
It does. And this is a situation where we've all been raised and trained to think, treat others as you would have them treat you. But in this situation, that doesn't work. You have to figure out what they need. And the only way to do that is with communication. And if you have this need, and I do have this need, I'm not okay if my partner leaves in the morning without giving me a kiss. And if he, God forbid, he walks in the house and not, hi, baby, I missed you, and a big hug and a kiss, then he's getting screamed at.
It's like the old adage, don't go to bed mad. Now, try to follow it. Sometimes I don't follow it.
Yeah.
We're not perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hug, kiss, and touch your partner every day. Have contact with them. You know what I mean?
It's so important. Even the cuddling at night. I was reading the sleep study, and they were talking about how we're designed and how our sleep cycles go, and they do across the boards. When 2 humans are sleeping together,
they sleep better. They sleep better. So because you're releasing endorphins, dopamine, serotonin.
The energies, our bodies are like little computers. They do give off energies, as does hers. So when you're together with your partner, it does vibe on each other.
No, it does.
Yeah,
and you know what?
It's super important.
If you get hot and you're not really a cuddler in bed, because I'm not really, I like to just put a foot out to keep, cool.
Put the anchor down.
then snuggle with your beast, which is my dog. So.
And that's the same because it's an energy
of
the
body. Heart. You feel their heart. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to make sure that you say, I love you every single day.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to hear it. And a lot of times we don't remember that.
No.
Right?
No.
You should never, ever assume that your wife, your partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband
love them.
Knows that you love them.
Even if you said it the day before. And the reality is, now this goes more to advertising, but people on average take 7 times of hearing or seeing something in order to remember it. Now, clearly this is going to happen a lot more than 7
but
times.
often when we've experienced trauma and we know how the brain works with that and the chemistry taking over, when you have a little fight we all can get paranoid and afraid. Oh my God,
They're
hate
gonna
me, they
leave
love
me.
me. So even just a little, I love you, I'm mad at you, but I love you, is really important to say. And to just say it every day to your partner.
It's very important.
Yeah. And I love this next one. It's to send a text giving a little compliment every day, or a few.
It can it can be you looked nice when you walked out the door,
or send a little sext in the middle of the afternoon, right? Like, hey, hottie, thinking of you.
She's good. I'm not as good as she is, but anyways, that's a great idea.
Do something like that to keep it fresh,
spice it up. Spice it up.
I mean, you don't have to be in cellophane with a martini when he gets home. You can send some fun little messages during the day and get his excitement up. You know, or hers, likewise. It works both ways.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to go a little bit into jealousy. Okay, the reality is we're all jealous. Let me talk about this for a second. We're all jealous. And if you say you're not, I'm sorry, you're a liar. Okay, we all have some
form of jealousy.
Aspects of jealousy.
And it's different for everybody.
It's different for everybody, but it's what you do with it. So let's say I think Lindsey is looking a million times better than I am today. So I can be like, you look nice, but like your makeup is all wrong, but you look amazing.
Then I'm sitting here thinking, what a not nice person. And it hurts my feelings. I get frustrated. Like, I'm like, oh my God.
Or you leave going, I don't feel good, but I don't know why. So what is the best thing to do is to say, you know what, Lindsey, I'm feeling jealous right now. I feel like I look heinous and you look great. And
now
then you let it out.
No, well, that way you've given me a compliment. You've lifted me up. And
now, I let it out of my body.
But now I can lift you up. I can turn around and respond and say, oh, she's feeling a little insecure today. I need to make her feel secure.
If you're evolved, yeah. Which
that's what I would do.
Thank you, and I would do the same.
And that's what we're telling everybody to do.
Be honest with your jealousy if you can, and if you feel safe and you feel like the person won't use it against you.
I do want to point out about jealousy is generally, it's actually been my experience like 100% of the time with anyone I've ever known with
especially with partners.
Jealousy.
Yeah,
it's generally it's pointing to some kind of insecurity that's deep within you. That you need to work on. It's your issue that you're projecting onto that other person.
Right, and you need to process it. You need to go to therapy. And I always say this because I'm a therapist. You can't just go to therapy and expect your therapist to do the work for you. You've got to go to therapy, listen to your therapist. Hopefully they're a nice, normal human being, and actually do the work, just like in relationship counseling. If you expect your therapist to do the work. Well, why aren't you making me better? Well, it's not my job to make you better. I'm here to support you and to help you and to give you solutions, but you got to go out and do that work.
Right. And that's what I say with a lot of my life coaching clients too. Like, look, I can be here for you. I can help you find your solutions. I can push you. I can hold you accountable. But until you're ready to change your mentality and to change your habits, then it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So you have to be aware of what's going on with you.
Right.
Right. And if you want to change any of it.
Right. And one thing we didn't talk about discussing this, but one thing I want to add is for women especially, we lead usually with our hearts. Some men do too, and you're so sweet. But women, we usually lead with our hearts. Men lead with their head. And I'm sorry, it's smarter to lead with your head. So women, when you're feeling, really upset, try to go to logic. Go to logic. Override that heart. You know what I mean? Go to logic. That's really going to help you. And
the
that
heart
takes
emotions.
Time. It takes time to learn how to do that.
Absolutely. So the next tip I want to talk to you guys about is not necessarily just for your partner. This has a lot to do with you too. And that's to get dressed every day. Put on something nice as often as you can, because the reality is if you're waking up every day and just putting on your sweats or your, wife beater tank tops and shorts that the guys wear, or whatever your cozy clothes are that you just are zoning out in, that's a reflection of what's going on inside of you.
And that you're not maybe feeling good, overwhelmed, depressed, whatever. Let me just tell you.
For a day, that's fine. But when you go for like a week or a couple of weeks, that's too much. And you're also signifying to your partner, like, I'm not even important enough to dress for.
I don't care about myself.
You definitely aren't important enough to dress for.
And I will tell you that I did this during COVID, okay? I would be in my pajamas for like a week, and my sweet partner would say, honey, are you going to get dressed today? And I was like, I think it's only been like a week that I've been in these pajamas. And he was like, well, don't you want to wash them? And I was like, it's a little too much laundry. So all I did was order DoorDash, live in voluminous sweats or pajamas, and wear no makeup. And I felt like badly about myself, but I just was like, whatever, it's COVID.
I was the exact opposite. I wore silk. I started a garden and had all this fun having the kids pick stuff out of the garden and trying to figure out what it was and then make it into something.
I just ordered DoorDash and it didn't work out when I used to love to work out.
But yeah, so it is important because it is a reflection of you on your inside, right?
Yes.
So more importantly for you, I want you to take care of yourself and feel good about yourself. And that's a great first step.
Yes. Yes.
Fake it till you make it.
Yes.
Dress up.
Yes.
Put that makeup on. You will feel better.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
So we were talking about jealousy, and I wanted to then go from jealousy to cheating. Cheating happens. 40% of people cheat. Mm-hmm. Men and women alike. It's equal. Whether my dad loves to say, no, it's men. It's just men. They just need to. They're hunters. And I'm like, no, Dad. It's both of us. It's not just you. So here's the deal.
But cheating doesn't always mean the end of a relationship.
No, it can make a relationship better. I've had a number of clients and friends where somebody cheated on them and they actually did the work. They went to therapy. They processed what happened. They were honest. You have to be honest about this is what happened, and you have to answer your partner on every question because that partner is just going to keep ruminating and ruminating and ruminating. And you have to get to the underlying issue of why did this person cheat? Did they feel like their partner wasn't giving them enough attention? Were they never sleeping together? Were they not communicating?
Right.
You know, and underneath feeling hate, because we're all going to feel hate feelings sometimes, hate is just the isomer of love. So even when you hate your partner, really you love your partner.
Well, they always say there's a fine line between love and hate.
Right? Oh, it's the isomer of each other.
And the thing is, you don't need to forget about the cheating. You just need to forgive.
You're never going to forget. You just have to forgive, and you have to process,
to stay in the relationship.
And you have to do the work. Now, if they cheat again and again, we might have another issue, like, you know, some compulsive issues, etc. And then it's time to give them the boot. No, it's whatever you want to do.
Or if you love them and you want to help them work through it, you go in that direction.
Yeah, and it can, and relationships
but
can
the
be stronger.
Very important thing, next tip.
What?
Pick your battles.
Oh my gosh.
Everything does not need to be a fight. Sometimes you just got to walk away. Forget about it.
Trump would say, this is huge. So here's the deal. I, with a significant other in the past, this person would leave the cupboards open. And I was like, why would somebody leave the cupboards open? Because from my childhood, my mom and dad don't leave the cupboards open. I'm like, it takes 2 seconds. So this person would leave the cupboards open. I'd shut the cupboards. Open, shut. Open, shut, all day long. And this person would open the blinds, and I have very light blue eyes, and it hurts my eyes. So then I would close the blinds. He'd open the blinds, I'd close the blinds. Open, close, open, close. Okay, not worth it. Like, except for that it did bother my eyes. You know what I mean? Just leave the darn cupboards open.
It's an awful lot of back and forth.
Yes, yeah, yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's true. Just pick your battles. Learn their love language.
Yes.
This is an important one. We had a great episode about this, right before Valentine's Day?
I think it might have been episode 30.
Or 29, because it was right before we started the cheating.
The cheating was 31.
The cheating was, then 30.
I think it's 30.
So you guys want to go check that out. But real quick, I just want to share them with you again. We've got words of affirmation, acts of service.
Yes.
Gift giving.
Yes.
Physical contact, and quality time. So figure out what you need. Communicate what you need. And ask them
out what they need. Yeah,
well, help them figure out what they need and talk. You got to communicate.
And don't mind read people, because it's like I could. This happens all the time, where I might call Lindsey, let's say, and she doesn't call me back, and I'm like, she doesn't like me anymore. She's not one of my best friends anymore. She doesn't like me. What I do. And I'm mind reading, and then I talk to her, and she's like, oh, I just had the worst day ever. It has nothing to do with you. So don't mind read. Ask questions. Are you mad at me? Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, that's applicable everywhere, because
in every relationship,
right? You might have had a little spat in the morning, and then
or just a crappy day.
One partner all day is thinking, oh my God, he doesn't love me anymore. He hates me.
Right.
They don't know. You've got to communicate.
And you can end it actually with that one text usually of like, I love you. You know, sorry we got in a fight. It's your fault. Just kidding.
Instead of that, try, hey, you're smoking hot. Let's
forget
about this
there
stuff
you
this
go.
morning,
there
and I'll
you
be
go.
naked when you get
She's
back.
She's the nice one. Go with her. Okay.
You gotta spend at least a half an hour every day of quality time. You need that physical touch. You need to have that connection. You need to get your vibrations in line.
It can be taking a walk, like I said before, having coffee together, etc.
Yeah.
So plan a trip once a year if you can afford it. And here's the deal. There's a lot of deals on Expedia.
Yep.
She's told me she's the traveling queen, although I like to travel too. If you can't afford it, you could go camping. I don't camp. Glamping.
Well, I mean, there's always ways to find a way to spend some quality time together.
Right. Even if you pack a picnic and you go to the beach. I hate the beach though.
I pack picnics all the time.
I like the beach, but I can't be in the sun.
That's
but
where
whatever.
Malibu Mama was born.
That's true. And that's
But anyway,
yeah.
do what works for you guys. You go to a park, go to a museum in the next town and go, grab lunch or bring a picnic and have a whole afternoon after that.
Drink a glass of wine together on your balcony when the sunset's going down.
It's just about spending that time and getting away out of your regular habitat,
it does, because
habits is what I was trying to say.
No, habitat, your regular habitat, because it allows you to get out of the struggles of everyday life and just to focus
on each other.
And I don't know if you've noticed, Lindsay, but like when I go on a trip, sometimes I'm like, oh, I miss home, blah, blah, blah. But I always, when I'm flying home, I always look out the window and I'm like, you know what, I needed that because I finally got away from reality.
Well, it gives the couple a break and it gives them an opportunity to refresh.
And to really focus on each other.
Yeah, with no distractions.
So I think these are our tips today. And we can give you more. Ask us any questions. We want to answer
Post
them
stuff in
for
the comments down there. We can definitely get right back to you on this. We're going to be talking about relationships for a little while because it's fun and it's important.
I like relationships.
Yeah. So we want to leave you with one last thought, and this one's really important, you guys. Communication, understanding, and active listening are the keys to a successful relationship.
Get rid of the phone.
Don't pick it up. Give your partner the attention they deserve, right? And be aware. Communicate.
And this is with anybody. Your friend, your dad, your mom, your sister. Put the darn phone away, people.
That's right. So it's Friday. We're going to let you go. But before we do,
Friday.
I want you right now to send your partner a really quirky little loving text.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Okay. Have a happy Friday.
Happy weekend, guys. We'll see you